welcome to the show today, folks. My name is Philip, and it is Tripod Fridays. I'm going to blast through this stuff here quick. If you have any specific questions or comments about any of these items in particular, please leave them in the comment section below. So just before we get into the tripods and what's on this table here, I just wanted to mention quickly, because we were talking about this with a few friends the other day, of live streaming setups, right? And so what I did is I had my iPhone set up on the tripod. So I had the forward front camera facing me. I had a little, this is a Boya mini shotgun mic plugged into it. And then I broadcast live from the phone. It was an easy setup. And then I put my computer behind the camera, and I changed the resolution on my computer to 800 by 400, right? And I just opened up another window once I'd started the live stream and popped open a chat thing, and then I could read the chat. I also had my keyboard plugged into the computer too, but I wasn't really typing. I was just wanted to be able to read people's comments and react to them through the setup. So that's what I was doing. Obviously you need two devices to do that kind of idea, but you could do it with a tablet or something too. You don't have to have a full desktop or even just another phone. I see a lot of people doing that. You just have one phone set up for their camera and then another phone set up for reading the chat and stuff. So anyway, on to the tripods, right? This is a great old one, but it's very good. It's strong enough for a DSLR, and it's very quick and easy to use in the fields, right? So I throw this one in the car a lot. This is a real expensive big Manfrotto thing. I'm not too wild about this head on it here, but this is kind of my main setup here in the house. So I've got my extra monitor to be able to see what I'm doing on there. I love this old guy too, because it's all solid billet aluminum, and it's got my quick release base on it. I use this little guy here around in the house too, just to hold this microphone. This is a BM1000 condenser microphone. It's got a built-in battery for it, so it's great to use with all types of devices. You can plug this into a smartphone too. It's got an XLR to 1/8 TRS jack, but it will work with this iPhone adapter jack that goes to the lightning port or whatever there. I love this old guy here, right? Just the style and the quality of this thing is really nice. A lot of the new ones are plastic and stuff. And here's a great feature to look for. Sorry, probably changed the volume of my voice here, but that if your tripod if the head can go like a full 90 like that, that way you can do overhead shots fairly easy, if you can get it close to a table or something like that. This guy here, it's kind of designed this way because it's got this tube that kind of comes in and out, and I think that's what it's for anyway. I don't use it because one of the legs is kind of broken up there. Yeah, that's where I stand and play guitar, so it's really worn down. So anyway, that's the kind of big boys part of the collection. One last thing. When I'm out in the field taking photography and stuff there, doing photography, I often use a mono stick. Very handy, nice to get stable shots like that. They're very quick and easy to use. That's a Manfrotto. It's probably expensive. I don't know how much it was. It's got my quick release base head on it there. But here's one from a budget company. This Targus one, it was only $14.99, right? So again, there's very handy things to have, right, as a monopod for photography work. So let's get on to what's on this table here. Stick around, be right back. Quick pieces of advice. The longer you're doing YouTube, the easier it gets, folks, right? So if you're just new starting out and you're struggling in some areas, believe me, it will get easier for you as you learn things and get better. Secondly, you don't need that fancy gear that I was just showing you a minute ago. You just need a camera and the ability to post videos, and that's it. But if you can grab a little selfie stick or a little tripod or something like that, it's only going to make you improve your game, improve your audio, that kind of stuff, right? So some of the things that I'm about to show you are really, budget oriented, right? So just before we hit the overhead shot and I put you in this cradle though, I am going to mention that if you're shopping for these things, I prefer this style here. I've used this one for quite a while now and haven't had any problems. And I've been through quite a few of these styles here, these kind of wire style, if you will. They often break here at the bottom. You over tighten them and they're just not that nice to use as these guys. And this one was only $3 too, same price as this one was. So I've got it attached to a little ball head here on the mic stand overhead shot, and that's where you're gonna go next. Stick around. Okay, welcome back. So, tripods, little selfie sticks. This is one of my favorite ones here. This little Targus guy. It's all metal construction. It's got a nice little ball head to it. And tabletop, this thing's definitely strong enough to hold a full DSLR. It's just a nice little well-made product. I only paid a few dollars for this. Got some of these flexi ones here, and they will hold up a phone, but not much more. Kind of did a little hack on that guy to help it be a little bit more stable for heavier devices with some zip ties on it there. This I'm showing in an upcoming video. It's really a handle, but it can also be used as a you know, base too, right, or a tripod. That's this guy here. So this again was $3 or $4. It came with the cradle to it. It's not it's all just plastic here, so it's not the strongest guy, right? But they are pretty nice flexi legs. So I think I bought a couple of these just to get some extra cradles to have. Here's another Targus one. Targus makes some pretty good budget stuff, and so this one's got your kind of more like gorilla pod type, legs to it, but it's quite a bit more stable and substantial. It's even got a little quick release mechanism on the top of it. Selfie sticks galore. These guys were all just a couple of dollars. They use a trigger on there that you can start and stop the video or take a picture with, but they're not always 100% reliable, so just keep that in mind, right? And they're not all that strong in these parts here, right? But these guys do go really, really long. So they're all the same, similar kind of models, right? This one here is kind of cute too, but it doesn't look that strong in this, but that's kind of like a GoPro style mount. And I found that these GoPro style mounts are somewhat universal, to these products, right? So this one here has it on there, and you can use any GoPro style mount on these guys. As far as selfie sticks go, this one here is definitely my favorite and #1 pick. You can find it branded in Sunpack, but it is named a couple other things, I think, this same model. But its operation is very, very nice. It's sturdy, it's stable. Like I said, that's a proper GoPro style mount on there, so you can use other things to it. And it is Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth works very well on this one. You can charge it up, so there's a battery inside there, and there's just on and off. As soon as you turn on your phone and turn this on, it will sync and just works great. As far as Bluetooth trigger goes, there's always, I've seen some selfie or some mini tripods and stuff come with these types of little remotes. They're just Bluetooth little remotes that will pretty much work on any Bluetooth operated phone or camera, and a trigger video and or picture. And they're only a couple of dollars. That's the proper one for my Canon DSLR, and this has been a godsend, I tell you. For $2, it's just saved me so much trouble. These things here, they called them grab-its. I've shown these before, but you basically just stick that down on the table, and you can put your device on there, and it's, you've got a stand. They're quite good, and they come in different sizes if you wanted to use one for a tablet there and stuff. This is one of my oldest tripods. I've had this thing for many, many years, and it still works great, actually, even though it's all beat up. It's got a really cool mechanism. It's just one thing to turn, and it swivels. It does all the angle and stuff like that. And the legs are quite long on this guy, so it's been a great little tripod. It was only a few dollars. What's next? Oh, this thing is cool. I found this, and it was kind of in the garbage, and I thought, what is that? I saw the name Henry's on there, and I go, oh, okay. So here's how this thing works. It's got little legs to it there. You can, this kind of works as a lock, right? The handle or body, if you will. You got your little thing, and this thing is strong, man. Like, this little tiny light thing is like so strong you wouldn't believe. So anyway, that's that little guy. We'll put that aside. And then lastly, here's a couple of cool things. Let me just reset that. You can put your phone in, and and it rotates, right? So it can give you like a panning shot with your phone. But this thing here is cool. There's a little holder. When she first gave me this, I go, what is this little R2D2 looking thing here? I said, where did you get this? She said, well, somebody gave it to me and I've never really used it, right? So it's a motorized head, but it's got little feet. It can go on a tripod, but it's got little feet that it can stand alone, right? That's the phone cradle there. But obviously you could screw another cradle onto it, right? And I don't know if it's charged up, but basically you turn this on and you can move this back and forth with the remote control. Let me just see if it's turned. Batteries are dead there. I didn't charge it before doing this, but it's got a built-in battery. It's a USB charger, right? And basically you can move the camera with this remote. You can do full 360s with it, and it's good for your time lapses and stuff like that. And I think something like this is only about, I don't know, $30, $40 or something like that. And there's several of them out there of this style. So that's it for today's show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little thing or two, and I hope you'll come back and watch another episode on the Philip Cockram channel. Love and peace to all of you. Please like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. We are YouTube.